of the whole meaning now after all of what we went through going forward. Because as I even said to you behind the scenes, there's a phrase, you know, as you know, Bobo Shanti have different cultures and different phrases that we use. Like one of our main phrases here is that we don't come to count cows. We come to drink sincere milk. That's just one of them simple culture that we get from King Emmanuel. So I always hear as Bobo Shanti after the Sabbath service, when the Sabbath seal, straight the broom field. Now, you know, so we all know that the broom is a very high symbol when it comes to the Bobo Shanti. You know, you see the Bobo dreadlock with the broom. So and it's a very symbolic thing. It's not just a broom, you know, as the Bobo would say, is Bobo alone and people of the anciency that have broom. These are the things that you buy from the Asians. It's plastic, you call them. They're plastic. Yeah. And I have the broom. And so what I'm saying now, when I look at it, and yeah, I will come in and explain how you look at it. The broom is the Bobo Shanti symbol of industry. Now the broom, deeper than the industry, the broom have a strong spiritual component. And even I think the other program we did, the previous program, not last, because we here again. The previous program we were talking about the Shaolin temple and the broom. And before a man get his nunchuckles and all them sword, his broom, you have to learn to fight it.
Right.
Sweep and fight.
Sweep.
Yeah. But now, outside of that spiritual aspect, as Bobo Shanti, it is well known in Jamaican culture and the world. Broom is I would say, the symbol of our industry. We make sandals, we make guidances, button, you know, take the coconut and the calabash and create bags and mat and these things. And these things are some of the primary things that was created under King Emmanuel. We make roots, like what they call wine, roots wine. You know, we bake bread. All of these things were literal industry set up by King Emmanuel Charles Edwards. And I'm saying all of this now, again, you know, because I am putting the Lent in the same family as like a Sabbath then. Because we seal it with a double Sabbath. It's a period of rest. The whole 40 days, a period of some level of rest. Not a Sabbath, but it's a period of rest. It's a period of service too. And I would know, coming out of this rest, because the rest must balance with productivity. This is what I'm looking at. Even going into the Sabbath. You know, when you read the scripture, it say, God take a Sabbath and say, let me figure out how I can build this place. No, he worked first. He worked and he created everything. Stars, moon, leaf, worm, dust, sun, jellyfish. Everything he set up, carrot, cabbage, everything. And then he go and hold the Sabbath. So I always say, when I want to go into this sabbatical rest, they're supposed to kind of look back and say, well, look what I have created in the last 6 days. So you have to balance, they go together. So in the same way, as using that example, in the same way, coming out now of this 40-day hibernation, and to me, this 40-day was like you have a wind-up toy and you're winding it up here. It's wind up here. And when you're done, you let it go. Like a car, and it, you know.
Like a real gig.
Right. So I'm saying, coming out, this resurrection, is bust the earth, the resurrection. In that no finger you see dig up when you see somebody trying to, you bust, that's how the culture come, you bust the earth. So that is why I put into the eye and not the eye, but I and I in reasoning, you know, even as a man that would have lived for enough years on the hill too amongst them elders. What's the energy coming out of this now? Because remember, one of the things we talk about during the Lent, and give thanks to this program, you know, I know it has been a strength for many ones going through the Lenten moment as a comfort still, you know. So we speak about as a unit, we fast for a purpose. Right, good. So it done. Even the eye, the lens seal, how the purpose go now. We waiting for it to happen now. We working because even the eye would say when the lens done, ministries begin. So that's the level I'm looking at it, after the Sabbath, broom field. So I see it's broom field time, industry time. Not necessarily just broom alone, stepping up the game and as a unit. I see that's a part of our culture now, because that's a very important part of our growth that I do see missing: our economic strength, our economic growth, our industrial outlook and all things. Yes, my Lord, I will leave the floor free.
Rastafari. Majesty, well, we do give thanks to life again. We give thanks to the mighty life giver. We give thanks to God in three persons, blessed Trinity and power. Thanks to divine majesty and praise, Selassie. Give thanks to the Marcus Mosiah Garvey, His Excellency, His Right Excellency Marcus Mosiah Garvey. We do give thanks for the most right and the King Emmanuel Charles Edwards, and the President of Life. Our worthy founder, leader, president of this Ethiopia Black International Congress. We give thanks, Majesty, for the Lenten season. It's a Lent, They have wheat and bread left, to complete it. So we give thanks to the Lent season. As I speak of it, Honorable, because remember you spoke, quite a few things a while ago, which is just natural. Like you speak of, after you finish work, after you seal up work, that will finish.
True.
But after you seal up the work, now you have a comfort within you. Because personally, if you should just rush going to the Sabbath like that, and it's like manifest anything from in the strong coming up, you don't feel that comfort and going to what you say, the seal of what honor in our divine majesty emperor, the Selassie, I say, the greatest play is work, and the greatest comfort is the knowledge that you have done your work well. You see, it's here right there. So coming out of these resurrection moments right now, I always go forward to, I think that Marcus Mosiah Garvey speak of, So as I said, people will be debating, give thanks to scholars, and they'll be checking out Christ's resurrection, and a lot of debate will be going on with that. So Marcus Mosiah Garvey come on and say, just as how Christ triumphed over death and the grave this day, so us as a people now have a triumph over the grave, where them put us in the lethargy of the past, the surf down the pier, and all of these things. We have to rise above that now. And that's because that's why I remember, and every King Emmanuel Charles in the show say, the government, it's Marcus Garvey government. You see, it's a government, upkeep above all kingdoms, Marcus Garvey government. Remember him come to see the works of Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Understand? So, as I said, industry, if you take away industry from our people, our groups of slaves. Understand? So even always after the Sabbath, you have a 2 hour, 3 hour service. Everyone might go on it still. But man and man completing the mission is for the broom.
True.
The broom field. And as I say, it's an industry. So the broom is just like the blueprint of what we're supposed to go. It's showing us self-reliance. One time, it's self-reliance. As the father said, when we used to go to school, they said, rumpel stealing skill.
Yeah, turn
trying to go even what is turning.
Yes, true.
Which is the finance.
True, yes, it's true.
You see it? That's the sign.
I'm hear that culture, Yeah, you bring that. I hear that culture already, but this may be the second time he hit me ears, I hear it already, but it's a long time. Yeah. Give thanks. Good to you.
So there's a principle in the broom. I remember I said this man come to clean up earth,
True, man. Wow.
And everything is science within his broom. Right? And so likewise, there's a principle that is set, if you observe, say, who can scrape a stick, tear straw, full or nail broom?
Yeah,
but that's a factory right there, a human factory, not machinery. You know? So likewise, within that principle, right, is same way you could form any other industry within that principle.
True.
You see, who can, rub down the sandals when it finish, but it's a principle. So King Emmanuel said now is this. It's God make broom. God buy broom. God sell broom. You see it, so he say, build the broom good and ask any price for the broom.
Wow.
You understand? So the broom is priceless because the energy and everything that they go in. So it's showing you now that, as Marcus Garvey said, you must doubt yourself. So the principle of the broom is really showing you how to take everything that you do for a different level within industry. As I said, take away industry, you have a groups of slaves. You understand? It is a statical aspect of things to make sure that the churchical aspect is standing. Because if you observe, it's a statical banner that rides at the tabernacle before the red. Still, the spirit of the church is still in there to rise it. You see? The science of the broom again, because as a government that feeds the poor and have nots, Sunday, the first day of the strong also, that's a main day within Bobo Shanti culture, to go out and get the first fruit, because you start prepare for the Sabbath one time right there.
To get the first what?
Service tomorrow.
To get the
first fruits.
First fruits, true.
Yes, the first fruits. Right, so it starts right there. It's at a relaxed time. Yes. So the industry start one time. And so all industries should be starting at the same time. So it's a resurrection in ourselves, supposed to see ourselves as industry people, because the Father said we are Bible owner and monument owner. Some songwriters said they make money, but that King Emmanuel has shown us for a long time. I make money. As the biblical book says again, all manner of workmanship.
Yes.
Yeah. Right? Now the broom has a science in it again, because when you look at it, many things the Father said, the Father said the broom is priceless. He teach you that. So he say, if you don't have anything and you're hungry, just put on a pot of water and a fire and take up some broom and go down the road. And before the water burn out and everything, you can put something in the pot.
Yeah.
So it's a science in it. So when you look at all the broom, now you have the tall broom, you have the small broom, you have the soft broom, you have the yard broom. So the tall broom will represent the Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edwards as a tall man. Short broom that reach in any corner would represent the emperor. The soft broom is the house broom, represents the mother of creation, Queen Amiga. And the rough broom now was sweep out of the yard is just like the voice of the prophet. Marcus Mosiah Garvey.
Yes, sir. 4 broom with you. And the broom, what we call the broom, is the one that take care of the house. Basically.
Yes. Broom industry. Right. And all other industry there. The man said the broom is his main industry there, and it's a science in the broom, because as everything, you have to sweep before a certain time. Yeah, so you have to sweep before a certain, and it's a real science, because cleanliness is the first side of godliness. So you just cleaning up earth as you go through earth.
Yes, sir. My Lord, give thanks. To family, give thanks, Yeah. For those just coming in, welcome to the House of Priests. Honorable Priest Isaac, the Honorable Kes Westmore, Honorable Priest Richie with the family. As the Honorable Priest once said, it's like a alter reasoning sometimes going through the earth, and a few things really, you know, that was said that definitely of importance and very touching. Well, of course, as you say, Rumple, still skin. And yes, we would have heard that culture that King Emmanuel say. It is the same thing where he take the strap and turn it into gold.
Yes.
Which is the broom, and there's so much heights coming with the broom. And you just said something as well. Several things you said there. You know, oh yes, God make broom, God buy broom.
Yeah, man.
Is God said broom. I mean, give thanks to the Trinity. But also too, you know, another culture you mentioned that I would have heard for sure, and you know, it actually brings me back to even a conversation today, myself and the Honorable Empress even having, you know, because I'm telling you that I'm creating a course. I am putting it to you and the family. It's like it's just me and you talking, you know, but it's like, but anyway, I've creating, but still I've created. It does a few finer minor touches. An Ancient Astronomy Course. And I'm telling you straight up, I'm not afraid to say it's unlike anything I've ever seen. The quality of it, myself, the Honorable Prince with the graphics and videography. And it's a course in ancient astronomy. And, you know, we sitting and we reasoning and looking at the actual price of it. And I'm telling you, if I really was to, if you were to call Oxford and Harvard and them places, they might have courses for $30,000, something going up, and I know you just like a sit down and some notes you have to read and answer a few questions. I know that. I know.
Sure.
And what I'm creating is certified. And the reason why I'm bringing this in and why it came out is because of that culture that you see. King Emmanuel say, take your time and make the broom. Make the broom properly. And you can clear up the right exact phrase.
Yeah, man. And ask any price, right?
And ask any price for the broom. Now that's see, all I see in there as, you know, as a businessman and business oriented, it's showing you, just as you say, to take value, appreciate your value,
sure,
value yourself. Not that he's telling you to go rap, you know what I mean, to go overcharge nobody.
Naturally.
But if you make the thing properly, ask any price.
Because remember, you're not tricking anyone, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the same sentiment, you know. You're not overpricing them neither.
No.
No, you're actually giving them the value of it. So yeah, wow. Deep energy, man.
Yeah, man, because you see, that's what I and I as Black people need. We need to value ourselves, value our work. Sometimes we just give ourselves, many of us we just compromise. And I sound like I just a belly full. Or you see up a word because you won't get more than what you see yourself in it. If you see yourself less than that, that is where you're going to always achieve, because that is where you see yourself. Because, and I remember reading those cultures when I and I sell broom and them thing there, make I and I go out there and ask the price of the broom. I will know say the broom make properly.
Yes.
That is why there again, you know, that is the classroom of the industry. That is the classroom you're going to hear him sing to. You know, that when I come for the priest, I say the chorus, I say we need more prayer. You know, I make broom, that's supposed to sing. That's just a sing.
Mm-hmm.
We need more prayer every day. So many things you learn on the broom field. It's another form of industry. And the teacher, everyone have to pass through there, because it teaches you how to take pride in whatsoever you're doing. Also, you just do it well. I remember the father teaching, if you don't make it properly, the things that you need for the advancement of our kingdom, we won't get it in a, don't look at it. And as Simon said, don't buy the shop there.
Yeah.
The little pound things where people, they package £1 of this and them things there.
Yes.
And Parish part, them bush where they buy.
Yes.
You see, where those people buy.
Barrel.
Yeah, man, and them things there. So I saw we have to look at ourselves in that high level. As him say, come out of the sackcloth now.
It's true. It's true. Well, you see, this is what I'm saying. That's why I see the fasting for a purpose. And then after the fast, I check in the whole thing, the resurrection. Not like, as you say, you bust out and then go sleep again, you know.
No.
You're not supposed to be no normal affair now, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We're not supposed to be, yeah, we're supposed to be licking out and fireworks all over the place. You know, but the reasoning now, you know, because even how you highlight the broom have certain science with it, you have to sweep before a certain time. But there's a saint,
Yes.
Saint Martin of Porres. And this is a saint of the Catholic Church, but he's a black man.
Mm-hmm.
And he was born in 1579. He was born on the 9th of December, 1579. He's considered to be, he is known as the saint with the broom. And so anytime you see his picture, he have a broom. Black man, and he dressed with just like the cardinals. And you know, the man is a Bobo robe. Them man have the same churchical robe, you see. You see him have on and everything. And he have his broom, and he might have a basket with bread. And he's known as the saint that feeds children, and the saint of cleanliness, and all of that kind of thing. Now, I just mistake that even some dates around him, as I said, he born on the 9th of December, which is just
one day for human rights.
Yeah, just a day shy of
the
10th of December celebration. And they say he passed on the 3rd of November, which is just a day after the coronation of the king, which is Emperor Menelik II coronation. And again, the saint with the broom, a black man, you know. And it's the 5th of May he was made a saint too, officially, in their world. So to me, you know, it's just a yeah, you don't know how it go, and then the king himself come now as the man with the broom. You know, as in you don't know reincarnation and spirits and the energy. And again, the man was the saint with the broom because he was known for cleaning out, you know, evil spirit, all of that. So obviously it was a symbol that he was carrying. So I see King Emmanuel, even in that same name, again, is Saint Martin of Porres. You know, he's known in a lot of South American and Latin American country. That is where they really big him up in Peru and them kind of places, Venezuela, Santo Domingo. You hear about, you know, this ancient saint here. So it's the same man, and we see the power of the broom again. You got to make sure, we talk about this already, you know, but the broom, certain directions, they don't really sweep with the broom.
At certain time of the night.
Certain time of the night. Because as I said, that's the power. That's the energy. I don't know if you can do it with the plastic. Maybe you can sweep with the plastic.
No, the plastic, well, it's the same levels of sweeping, but when you look at it now, when Earth running after certain thing, you know, where people say biodegradable and all of these things. Is a Bobo broom from long time now, the broom, you know, the broom industry, and as about people. That's the real biodegradable because everything upon that can go far to the earth.
Earth, yes. It's the earth.
It is the earth. Everything is there, you understand? But the plastic, you'd have to burn that, so you see that destroy. Let me tell you, man. I always tell Bobo this. Is Bobo cause plastic broom for selling at Jamaica? I always say that. Why? Because the broom is not reaching out there as how it's supposed to reach out there. Certain era, because Bobo has established himself. Majority of the Bobo that makes great brooms establish themselves like a man said, listen, it's just Benz alone I drive and I'm not taking other vehicles. So you have Bobo out there where people say they're not buying from no other Bobo or no other broom man unless it's that man. So when a Bobo missing out of that community for months and so people now don't want to buy another broom. They buy the Bobo broom because remember there's a difference between barley and far eye. The barley then put couple nails and wire and broom and then put the shaving of the peeling of the stick in his broom. So when them start to use it, it's rotten one time.
Wow.
You see, but when you get, remember, the signs within Bobo broom before you go through the gate again is a prayer.
I never know.
Everything with it is a prayer.
I know the prayer, but.
So when you go outside, and it's not about just selling the broom, you know. Remember, you're redeeming. These are people because they said God sell broom, God make broom, God sell broom, God buy broom.
The same with the broom.
Right. So the person that is buying the broom are going to use the broom as a God-like spirit already, because once the thought of cleanliness come, that means there's a spirit of cleanliness inside here. Now, the person you bring the broom to is not just any person. It's a saint. That's how you build a conversation also. That is why it's good, just like the great physician would give you a medicine and tell you what to do. There's the same thing with the broom. You teach the individual that you're selling the broom to how to sweep.
Wow.
So you cut and clear because they are using it for their cut. And like people nowadays, everyone I and I first scientists were relieve ourselves from all type of things by doing it the right way. So already teach that individual how to use the broom, how to even to protect their broom, that they can have it a good time. It's a different, and the automatically you're winning a spirit of a sport. So it seems likewise, every industry must work with that fashion.
Yeah, man, I give thanks to Mr. Garvey. Well, yeah, it's Broomville, so that must be the conversation. And I know the listeners must be saying this broom thing is more than really what I thought. It's a whole energy. You know, even the collecting of it. You did mention it earlier about even the preparation of this broom, even from, in Jamaica. You know, I mean, every place is not the same. We don't know where the foundation is. So we have to talk of it how it started. And if I'm not mistaken, it's some alligator kind of swamp.
Yeah, man.
Okay, there you go. To be going to the hill, I have to be getting them stick. And I always hear that certain man, I don't know, maybe there is one of them that know where to go to get the real, you know what I mean? You send certain man, they come back with all kind of bend stick and...
No, that is the thing.
Next time walk with this man, my lord, because I them to know it.
Because you're taking pride in the work that you're doing. You're representing, you understand? Because when you sell a person a broom also, you don't want when you move, it's not a proper broom. So you're looking at broom also, you're going to put it on a stick for a female that is going to use it. You're already considering the female hand. Right? So all of that you're meditating within looking your sticks. So you have different sticks that we might use. You might use the panchalan stick. Then you might use the swamp stick. Right? You have another yellow stick there again. So we use that. Now going into the swamp where the crocodiles and the alligators are. You understand? There are many angels that will come across them. You understand? Because you'll be out there in the swamp, and out there is dry because the time seems dry, but what you're walking on right there is like water right there. So underneath there's still challenge of the crocodile moving through the same way. You see, but when you're going through the swamp now, because the alligator's stomach is smooth, you really know how to walk now. So you want to walk wearing in case that alligator should be coming at you, you know, the mosquitoes come. You know, to walk, so there are certain areas where the alligator won't really. And still you look into those because remember, there's the mangrove, and those are trees also that holds water. You understand? So you still observe how to put the stick, you understand? So everything is just a science also.
So do you ever see any of them alligator?
I've never buck up. The only time I meet an alligator, I kill someone was feeding the alligator. But people like Bingy George and Chris George and Chris Carl, you know, they'll see the alligators. You know, sometimes they say that like this plane, they play like when dolphin play. Yeah, they meet like that already.
Well, I mean,
but it's the only time I ever see someone was that, and to tell you, you know, the person was here and they came. Why they came that night, that day to kill the alligator? Because they said they was hunting crab in the night and the alligator rushed them. Come back and kill the alligator.
Oh, well, I mean,
I never like it still.
Of course you can't like it.
Because when the person was eating the alligator, the virgin said, I love blood. I love to see blood.
Yeah.
So same time I said to myself, you know, you see I love blood. I see it enter to a Rasta man. I see you're dangerous.
Yeah, because I mean it's television and so make us see these animals in a different light, you know.
Sure.
I mean, like if it's some kind of thing and jaws and shark and lion and everything will eat you, and yeah, just because they have sharp teeth and everything. But yeah, what I was saying too, so forward to what you were saying about that same how the industry set up, because it's like an example to the people, you know. So the man that go on the not even the man, but the team that go and cut the stick. Now in a real industry, you know, they come home and they bring in the stick. The man put down the stick, they see the man go in the next direction, and the next set of man come and pick up the stick and carry the stick and scrape the stick while man preparing the strap. And man they have ones that are going to nail the broom and put on that wire thing, what you call that thing, the
band, broom band.
The band, and etc. etc. And so and then you have a finished product. And then, you know, we go soon have to label this stuff, and so you can see it, engrave it or whatever. So it's a real teamwork. It's almost like any factory, as you say, any assembly line, you know, with all, you know, not in a one man be like, yeah,
no.
Well, have some skill man out there that can do that, yeah. Yeah, even right here in the Caribbean, and so that man that, but in a one man even build a gun. You want to say that. In a one man build almost anything. It's like somebody put piece, come down the line, somebody add the rest, come down the line. Even in a restaurant, you get a sandwich you think is one person put a sandwich. Somebody put that, somebody just put on your dressing, somebody put on that bread, that come down, somebody put the olive with the little toothpick on it. That's their job, eh? The olive and the toothpick, you know, they have a whole bucket full of olive and toothpick. And all they do is, and they do that with precision, eh? Make sure it's in the center. When they go and take a break, they don't want to see they come back and see their toothpick cut to the side. They say, no, man, you have to do the thing properly, Ras. Yeah, properly. So it's the same way, and it's a mentality. So
that is true.
I know that we reached to an age where, you know, I don't think that was the farther way. I know we reached to an age where a man go and look for his own stick, come back and scrape his own stick, build his own brew, and 2 days before Sabbath, he gone out with 15 brew, do what he can do, and come back and give a contribution to the house. I don't think that was the way it was intended to be.
Because remember, it's the same father, Jacob, and them children and sons, and collective security, as His Majesty teach, because all the father said the foundation is like Sunday is a day for the house, for the government. Yourself, make the government. Tuesday is another day again, self to the government. That means that things can be there for the Sabbath. Thursday You're there. You do it for yourself, so you have to decide, understand? But so everything is within a justice, right? So when the father said, who can scrape a 6-year straw full and nail a broom are required to do so. That means the skilled man that can do that. Yes. The man that can make sure he can fold the broom good. Yes. That means when a man going to nail it, he don't have problem because that's the whole thing to you. Your man can work faster once you know so the broom fold properly and everything. Who can scrape a 6-year straw full and nail broom? Because sometimes the man that go and sell the stick, go and look the stick, he's one of them skilled man that also in his broom selling also. But the father teaches us, if you live good, man, you don't have to leave the ill because as I see it already, we are in. As Marcus teaching, because as it says, Marcus got the government.
If you live good, you don't have to leave the hill.
You don't have to leave the hill.
But people come by the broom up there.
Naturally, because watch this, I was telling you, Marcus Garvey said, God blesses industry.
Oh, man.
And that's because him said, Napoleon was fighting the war, and them interrogate him and ask him, whose side of the war is God on? And him said, the God is on the one with the strongest battalion. So Marcus Garvey said, that is what it means. If you're prepared and have your thing, God blesses industry. So you have to have the thing, is like you sit down and wonder if the person will come. Preparedness is the watchword. As I say, after the Sabbath already, as the horn blow, and trumpet, and anthem sing, a big truck come up.
Yeah.
Come by, bro.
I believe it.
And you have to leave it some of the money can put and get enough group same way. So it is there. And understand it's not no doubt. So when you're gathering there, you remember your mind, your thoughts, it starts create the universe, like cloud to everything. So you set it. But see it? So that's the whole thing now. So you know really set for now individual, as you said. The man have to come forward and sell that. That way, all I have been through that. Some angel must have a testimony. I have my testimony through that. You see? So so you come forward and you build a broom. But I, as a person who personally love build my broom.
Sure. Of course, we understand.
Yeah, I love build my broom. You the same way? Yeah. And it's good when you have someone you're scraping for your same way.
Sure.
Because remember the whole finished product of the broom, after you fold it, you take the straw, you fold it, you nail it, you scrape it, and you have to chop it off again.
You sand it? You do any kind of light sanding at all?
Yeah, man. But you have angel light there. I don't remember. There was this elder called Ancients. You remember the time we were on the broom field, man? It was there time. A lot of broom was making for the Empress. You have Ancients that was there, elder man, white precepts. Him just sit on the broom field and just sandpaper broom, and the broom them smooth, nice. So you can't, because angel buy them sandpaper and them smooth at the broom, because remember, it's a finished product you're giving people. You want that person to say, yeah, the last time I buy a broom from you, and get a little corn in him hand and him. You don't want that. So as I say, you're making the thing, not just making the thing now. So notice the mindset that the Father leave us with, God met, bro.
Yes.
God sell, bro. God buy broom. So God you go meet, They are prepared. And God is you go meet also.
This is deep, man. This is deep. Man said the witch did not in you, man.
It's a feeling a person going to feel that when using that broom. I remember the broom have many things in it. You're not using telling anyone to use it as a weapon, but if you notice a Bobo shaping broom, when you finish him can use the stick and do something, just like martial arts.
Yes.
An angel, you have to use a broom and beat a thief already,
True, I hear you. Yeah, sweep out corruption.
Yeah, so you see it, so that's the word.
And I always hear King Emmanuel say, eat from the broom. I don't know if it, well, like even if you get a contribution, more use that than some material or some of it.
Because I'm an African project. Because remember, if you're not feeding yourself first as a people, it's everything you come out, you will eat it out, and you won't have anything, and then you probably start wondering. You understand? You have to feed yourself first, because if you don't feed yourself, people can buy you out. Right? So you have to feed yourself. You're not really looking for anyone to feed you. If you can't feed yourself, that means you're not reach the level of the ladder as yet, because that's the last part of the ladder. You know, when moving within spirituality, is one then you're going to eat or you're going to drink, which is that fear. So if you don't control that, you don't start climbing the ladder as yet within the spiritual realm. So the Father shows you, no man, eat from the broom, buy from the broom. There's a greater mission on this ability. There's an African mission that is supposed to go through. Always, why not?
But since even before we seal up this night, you know, so even with you personally, Jai personally going to Bobo here, because I mentioned at the beginning now, even for the audience, you know, it's several industry that we have, which I see even this whole conversation, I see it as an example for an ensample too for I and I as people in general, but for those who are of this order, to really see the importance of industry, you know. Well, I know you know how we move, you know, that's what we are. They like to use the term entrepreneur, but and I would even bring this in, because I've said it. I even said it the previous program we did, not me and the I, but the executive for the committee. What I'm going to say now, I even mentioned it at the launch for the fundraising drive. And although I think it is a noble initiative, because if I didn't think it was a noble initiative, I would not be a part of it. But I still think that it is a shame. That's my opinion. Me and you, you know, we're part of the executive, so you hear my point of views in our secret meetings, if you want to call them that. I think it's a shame that we as Bobo Shanti have to be on plan C or plan D, whichever plan this is, when there's so many of us. Serious, man. You see, we have lost. This is what this program about. There's a lot of different levels to us, you know, and we not industrial. Our Father didn't just come and teach us how to clap and how to sing and how to fast. Yeah, he teaches all these things. I'm not saying it with any scorn, but you know, full appreciation for all of this. But he also teaches how to be, quote unquote, business people, how to be industrious, how to buy and sell.
That's right.
Yeah, and how to make many things. When I say many things, again, buttons. When I remember when first we used to have this a guidance house. The brethren there, Prophet Original at the time. He
Yeah.
has been the man.
Them just make part of our house here too, you know.
Eh?
Our industry right here, right now, when they're making sandals, so them build over that area too, you know.
Right. Right. Well, we all see the videos them from 1982, where how much machine King Emmanuel have machine, you know. In that time, you know, you have to just think, that time 1982, King Emmanuel have several machine making shoes, sandals, machine, you know, machine making sandals. We making guidances that we wear. We actually making the things for us first, you know. You know, we buy from ourselves, right in a little fence in there, our own, just like you hear about the Jews and these people, how their money bunks amongst themselves. You didn't even have to come out to the fence. We're making roots. Because ones just have their own personal things too. We know that, man, make their own personal roots. Nothing wrong, is that not wrong? Celebration time, if you can afford it, they can patronize a brethren. The money don't have to come out the gate. I tell you, man, King Emmanuel said the thing neat. We use the big bread. You know, our brethren that do the yati. And of course, robe and these different things. There's something I'm missing. Mat. You can tell me about the mat, my lord. The science of this matter. And I think it's the empresses used to usually make the mat. Although I see on the video Bridges making the mat. I never see no mat. Go through.
You have angels that make the mat. The empresses them also. They used to make belt too, you know.
Belt, right? All that. Wow.
Yeah, they like the red, gold, and green belt. There was this Empress Kitu, Empress Aji. So you have enough angels used to make those things. So you have all of that kind of that industry within the kingdom. Because remember, it's a kingdom. You know? It's a kingdom, and all of these things are supposed to be in the kingdom. As I say, we have to cater for ourselves first, and then you can go outside. You understand? But everything must be within us first. So we have what it takes to create big industry. As I said, the man said we are Bible owner and monument owner. Understand? We are monument owner. So the Broom, as I say again, is just a blueprint to show us how to take every industry that we have. Because remember, not every place is where Bobo Shanti is. Right now,
alligator.
Probably got to deal with Broom. Broom might not live, so it must be something else again. So it is what you can bring to the people. So the same strategy, the same way, the same plan, the same format of the things, you break down everything into different stages as how to get a finished product, a sealer product to present to the individuals here in your surroundings around you to get what it is need to make a trade, because the people them have to make a trade to get your machinery in industry, because that's all you need to build up your economy, to build up your kingdom. These things that are out there. So there's wealth amongst us as a people, because we are the living wealth. And as you see, every science that happens out there amongst us as a people, the Jews, I don't remember them say around 30 times the money passed through them before it goes.
Yeah, them kind of times.
See the Chinese, right?
Oh, man,
and then the black man is just an hour. So the thing is that when right, it's just and then they gone back outside, because even check it out right now. If a man go and work on money right now, instead of him look within this country, we don't own this country, but even to look around us and spend amongst us, a man quick and him gone by Amazon, I'm gone by and so and so, and that money gone outside, it gone already.
Even when everybody
it don't make the next person around you feel it. No one get feel of it. It's like to score the goal, make everyone get it, from the goalkeeper to the goal, make everyone feel it. You understand? You can't score the goal because it's not our paper, it's their paper, but let us hold on at it and make it manifest, make everyone taste of it before you send it out. And when you send it out again, as something big like breathing in for you, for everyone to benefit. You see? So it's the whole science of everything, my lord, and guidance. That was the first office I ever go into it.
The guidance
office. Right, when I come here. Until we go to the Broom. And then there's the mat. Here are the people up and the bread. Because everyone love our bread, that's how they tell people. Yeah. So we have all these angels that is there, my lord. It's a self-reliance. That means remembering it's a government for the poor and have not also. So when a young angel come from up, you will never have any skill. Never understand certain things. You come here and learn a skill. If it's in the beginning, the Broom. And from there on you can learn, because a university is an audience school. So there's many more skills here you can learn. But you understand you can suffice himself first, even in the Broom. And move on to the next.
True, my lord. Well, how I would seal this one this evening on my part. They had an interview that a brethren named Bongo Israel. I don't know if you know Israel from Dubtronics. But anyway, give thanks, enough respect to the man, Bongo Israel. More than likely tuning in, because he really missed too much. And he did an interview years ago with Elder Pidao. I'm sure I know the Elder Pidao. I don't know, maybe you hear the interview. I had it on a cassette. Yeah, man, maybe I would hear it, because I used to play it a lot. I used to run it a lot in them old days on the radio station program I used to do. So maybe you'd hear it on some of them old cassettes, them Abuna Basilisk cassette. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Abuna, yeah.
Elder Pidao now, in the interview with Brother Israel can affirm what he's saying. He talked very highly of King Emmanuel Pidao. According to him, Emmanuel was perfect in all his ways. As he said, perfect. He was the priest amongst us. He was perfect in all his ways, and he loved the little youths, etc., etc. But anyway, I used to use it, especially, them elder manders trying to diss Emmanuel and so on. Try on the radio. I have to make them know what your elder said. But anyway, Elder Pidao said when things was rough in Jamaica, and we used to sell, what you call it? Ganzi shirt.
Ganzi.
Right.
Ganzi, yeah.
Yeah, Ganzi and Cham. That's what he say. He said, right. Bongo Eddie would take the youth them and make Broom. And he said, when the government, this is what Elder Pidao say, I hear that how many times? When the government could not pay their workers, King Emmanuel, I think he said Prince Emmanuel. I think he said Prince Emmanuel.
Prince Emmanuel and Mosiah, probably.
Yeah, give the government money to pay their workers. So, well, now, hear that. You know how it is when a government can't pay a worker. Big people get voted out as over that, international news. And this Rastaman on the hill say, well, you can't pay them. Oh, hold that. Now, that's it. I don't expect Peter to say so or not, because that's a serious thing. And he specified from the Broom. So if he ain't saying it with the Broom, me don't know who to say it with. Yeah. True, my Lord.
That's sugar. Prophet Sugar. It didn't make a sense when I time and then say, Bobo create history. In Upper Camp. I remember Bobo used to sell the Broom about Upper Camp in a sense. Bobo bring 7 cowboys up here and sell it and go buy a brand new bike like a big head. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he said that is a talk about,
Yes, I.
Yeah.
You see? Wow.
Yeah, right.
No history of an upper camp for the Bobo Shadi.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So King Emmanuel didn't go back there and drop some flag and rise the banners.
Upper camp?
Yeah, it's the same time.
The banner's supposed to rise every day up there.
Me want you.
We know less than a sergeant rising the banner.
Wow.
Because that was what was stated.
Wow.
From that time.
Wow.
So that's a disobedience that is going on, but that's supposed to happen every day. The banner's supposed to rise.
The black and green
red, black and green, red, gold and green.
Put them two banners. Wow. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, man, there is other reasons that we're going to go into. This one is even, it appears calm and cool, but it's deep, That deep thing we just feeling up here. The levels of, the esoterics, man, the Broom. Yeah, the alligator swamp. Yeah. Because in the alligator swamp, the Haitian Revolution started. Yeah, they interesting because that's where the man is Macandal, I think, and Fatima. They said a voodoo priestess. And they called for the meeting. And they call it in the alligator swamp. Because they talk to the alligator first. And make them know, well, when you see anybody that look like us, come just allow them. Anybody else, deal with them. So that's why we couldn't meet there and plan out. Because they couldn't come and spy on us. Because they can't come in the alligator swamp. And that's how the Haitian Revolution started, really. So, you know, you don't know it's Emmanuel, you know, and lion born in alligator pond, and you know, wow. Because he sent that whole thing of getting stick before we seal. I just want to clarify that. Isn't there anywhere else? Any type? What was the name of that stick? That's the same.
Yeah, man, we get you see, we get sticks from the swamp.
That's the same Linton Biger stick, or what do you call it? I don't know it too well. What do you call that stick?
That's a mangrove stick. So you get, as you was talking about revolution also, that most of it we get from out by St. Thomas side, and you know, so that is St. Paul book again,
yes,
you know, say,
yes,
see, right? So
yes, of course.
And then there's the Panchalan.
The healing springs, man.
Right, the Panchalan, now you don't get the Panchalan in the swamp.
Okay, yeah.
That's a more like inland stick. Right. And then you have the yellow flowers. Right, that's a stick now. If you scrape it now, it will have a different color like white. But if you just take off the skin of it and then scrape it there 2 days time, it's going to give you a gold color. Right? And then you have the parrot bow. Parrot bow stick now is a stick where you might see it, it might look like it bent. Yes. But as long as the rain fall and everything, you just hold it and you set it, you straighten it, and it just stays straight. The parrot bow, you understand? So, and then if the 60 away again, is an next science again, is just how to nail the broom in it to make sure it's straight and the left leg again.
How about full moon, new moon, cut stick?
Yeah, that is the thing now. A great amount of stick, you know, when you cut it in the dark moon, it go and preserve. So the chichi and everything, they won't bother it. So that's a good time. So everything is a science. And when you're moving as an industry, it's a serious work with the moon and everything. You have everything.
Give thanks to King Emmanuel, Lord, man.
Yeah, man, the real man. The real man, the real God. Yeah. And remember the broom again as a sign, because you don't take your broom and go and sweep an next house. And you can't take the broom that sweep the tabernacle and go and sweep the house and sweep the yard.
Without a doubt, yes. There you go. And
right?
broom
So
for the altar.
Everywhere, no, different broom, different brush. Don't yes. trouble those things.
Yes, man.
Right? So same way. Yes. Remember, in the same way, you learn the tabernacle. Same way outside. Same science. You don't take your broom off your gate and go and sweep the next man gates. And so you have a yard broom and everything. That is the whole goodness again when the Sabbath coming in here. You're sweeping, getting the place together. The real signs of that. But boy, those things is just joy.
Because the broom have a heavy spirit, you know. It really does. I mean, even as you're sweeping, and as I say, you're sweeping up energy, you're taking in energy. You know, they have this saying like, when you sweep people foot, they're not gonna get married. All them kind of
them have them things there. Yeah.
And then
and when they check it,
when they get married, they jump over broom.
I don't think that. So, and it's heat here and water do the sweeping in the yard. Heat here and water do the sweeping in the yard. Because remember, you wet up the place, you sweep, and you can trash it as burn.
Burn, yeah. Yes, especially in the morning.
So what if a science that got you right here, sir?
Yeah, no one hearing this here. Now you know why they just had the witch riding in the broom. Yeah, and they're not really got so, but trust me. Man, they say that, you know, Emmanuel come in Jamaica, and I hear Junior Reed sing that in a song. I heard it before, but he put it in a song. Emmanuel come down in Jamaica and a broom.
Well, many people have them things, you understand? And when you look at it, you know, and just as I speak in a while ago, you look at the world science of it, and same come on St. Elizabeth bottom. And you know, man go along on them here and there, pull up the straw, same way, do you see it? So, I really.
And that's the best track.
As I just speak of it, I look on all of them sciences, we don't have them side here too.
Got to go. Who would have believed this subject would have go so deep? The broom.
Yeah, man. So,
you know, the
and
broom.
see the Bobo dreadlocks, the broom.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Well, humble.
Yes,
But
man.
it's a walk from
yes.
man. Yeah, because the broom is you see the broom is a passport to anywhere. All right. Because you're going through certain eras now suddenly have certain gated communities now, but when you go through an era as a brewman, the officers are whosoever will come and pass and go through. But if it's a total stranger going certain era, you understand? Different. You understand? The broom you could meet high people also that know the father from that time, you see? And then watch you with the broom. And they know you from a long time. So the broom is a passport going through the end of
the powers, man. Can stand up
on
his
powers and cut it and clear.
That's the thing with the broom today, the real broom can stand up.
No, man, you see, you like them things, and when people come and they say, no, you see, they take out the broom and just put it firm on the ground in front of them, and you walk off and just watch the broom stand up in front of them. Yeah, so the real broom and the bubble cut it and everything, and the finished product, it can stand up. It can stand up right in front of you.
What a program this one is. Yeah, man, give thanks, man. Jah must be born in a heavy chalice on this one is. Yeah, give thanks, you know. Yeah, man, I feel it. Yeah, I can imagine the father listening this program here. Yeah, man. Give thanks. Yes, my lord, I'm gonna try. I write it, I will seal it. You know, give thanks for the moment, you know. And again, the resurrection. Double Sabbath and everything going forward. And I personally pray this is an inspiration, man, to anyone listening. Yeah, for us to step off now on the next level, going forward, cutting and clearing. Yes, man. Any other sealing words that I want to put in before